Cool. And we are live. Hello, everyone. After a long, long time. So, the last live stream was 2 months ago, right? Probably more than that. Hi, Blender Forever. Nice. So, has been a long time no see, yes. Let me grab my water bottle. Yeah, hopefully you saw the video that I made. That took some time, but then I had to learn few editing and this and that stuff. It came out well a month ago, right? This video. So right now I'm not using the camera because it's set up for the video. I'm using my phone, so that's why the quality difference. Mm, yeah. So now we are past 7,000 subscribers. Thanks for that. Hey Sandeep. Hey Alberto. How is it going? Hi Salej from Cape Town. Nice, South Africa. I want to visit Cape Town someday. Let's see when that happens. But yeah, I think we are doing well. Given I haven't made a live stream or a video in a while, we have like more than 500,000 views. That's actually good. As discussed in the last live stream, we now have a new website, and yeah, it's good, designed by Nishant, right? That's the past, right? What I have been up to is a different story, and that you will see on LinkedIn on Monday, right? A lot has changed, and I have been busy with it. So, 9 a.m. Monday, LinkedIn, right? There is an announcement, a big announcement. So, stay tuned for that. And for the memberships, uh, I think like I had now have 5 paid members on YouTube. And these guys don't get any special videos, right? They're just supporting me and the content. Thanks for that. That's really encouraging that, okay, this content is providing so much value that people are ready to pay, right? That's a good sign. And yeah, so let's do one thing. Let's quickly discuss the plan. Hi, Amozo. Yeah, long time. So hopefully now it won't be that long. So I'm trying to do uh, like the schedule thing again. So every 2 weeks at least, I'll try to get one live stream out. Maybe more than that. But let's see. How have you all been? Okay, let's now close the YouTube and get to some coding, right? So let's see what was the progress, right? So this is like part 4 and the final episode before. So I wanted closure from this, right? I wanted to get this to marketplace. It's a useful app because yesterday, 2 days ago, when I was preparing for this episode, preparing in the sense I has set up a new bench and then new sites and apps, etc. At that time, I just pulled this app, installed it, and opened its front end UI that we built in Frappe UI, right? And it just worked. So that's nice to see. It's a useful app, right? So let's get this to marketplace today. I have already created some issues that we need to work on today. So first is update Frappe UI because now Frappe UI has a new toast component, a new chart component, sidebar, right? Sidebar is merged. So I created it 2 weeks ago. And then we will move on to show it on the app screen so people can easily open it, right? There is a new app screen if you don't know yet. So I can show it on my website. Yeah, this is the app screen. So we want our app to be visible here, right? Then we will create a new role, which when assigned, only those people will be able to access the link management dashboard that we have built in the front end, right? We'll also give this role to the corresponding doc types. Okay, then some hygiene. So hygiene is probably we I will do behind the scenes. So setting up pre-commit, Biome.js setup. Not a long task, but we'll see whatever the time permits. Then there is this get CI passing. So CI is failing currently. If we go to the code and if we see this red cross, which I don't like. Okay, this is where we were. So let's pull up our terminal. Frappe benches. So now I have a convention, right? So I have this July bench for this month because the nightly branch is changing so frequently. It's better to spin up a new bench every now and then. Okay, so let's do code app slash link light. And we have VS Code here. That's good. Let's go back. Bench start. Okay. Linklight.localhost. That is the site I have installed this on. Port 8000. Then let's go back to the home. So this is the latest develop branch. Okay. Apps. Okay. So if you see the about, we have link light. Okay. So what should we do next, right? Let's start by, again, I close the issues list. So let me open that up again. Which is the shortest thing to do? Show on app screen, I guess, that we can start with. For that, we'll need a logo. So probably we'll get more, but fine. Alberto says only one July bench. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's open up t3.chat that I have been using for LLM purposes. Image gen. So I want to create a logo for the Linklight app, which should be similar to Frappe logos, right? So we'll give it a reference of few Frappe logos. I have learning. Then let's give HR, ERP next. So it understands the styles, right? Okay, only one image it takes. I think there is a way. So what I want is, yeah, style guide, found it. So using this image as reference, so I found this trick online, right, in a blog. Using this image as reference, I want to create a detailed style guide in JSON format to be able to create new image following the same artistic style found in the images, okay? So let's copy this and new. So before going to the image generation model, we'll give it to the GPT-4o model. 4o. Yes. Attach. Let's attach the images. This is a nice trick I have been using, right, to generate logos that look similar. Same artistic style found in this images. Okay. So it will give you a style guide. So Blender Forever says, have you tried Versal AI SDK framework? Simple and easy to integrate AI into our applications. We'll see. So actually, there is an episode in the cards for Frappe MCP. So it's like Alan has created a Frappe MCP builder of some sorts. So you can easily add MCP functionalities to your own custom Frappe apps. So I think I had a call with him as well, and it's a nice tool. So we'll do an episode. So next episode will be on that. So let's send, and I have to try Versal AI SDK. I've heard about it a lot. Okay, see. So now the JSON is there. So we can copy this JSON and now go into the image gen model and write using this JSON style guide, create a logo for a link management app, link shortener app. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Pratik says hi. Hi Pratik. How are you? Yeah, I was in Indonesia last week. It was good in Jakarta. If you follow me on LinkedIn or Twitter, you might have seen pictures. We had a workshop there. It was good. Okay, now this shows the top fans thing. Are you able to see it in your chat? One, two, three. Oh, it's why does it have a text? But this logo concept looks good. Remove the text and add a nice background with color. Let's see what it understands by nice. I'm not a prompting or a prompt engineer. That's why my prompts are vague. Okay, in the meantime, we can write the code for it to show on app screen, right? So how does that work? So we can again look for the docs, or I like to directly jump into the hooks.py file of an app that actually has it, right? Frappe.lms, Frappe/lms. Let's jump to lms, hooks, hooks.py, apps screen. Yes. If you see, you have to give it a name. I think that's the app's name. You have to give it a logo, which we are generating, right? The title, the route. Sorry, the route is like when you click this app, where will it take? Right now, it takes to the LMS portal, and then a has permission check, which will make sure that this logo doesn't show up or this app doesn't show up for people who don't have permission. So for now, we will add a boilerplate empty function. Later, we will when we add the link manager role, we can use it here as well. Okay, let's copy this whole thing, I guess, and go to our, okay, spoiler. Let's close this. And open up hooks.py file, and below the fixtures, oh, here we already had this. Nice. So let's uncomment that. Link light is fine. Asset slash link light dot logo dot png. We don't have it yet. Link light. Route will be front end. We haven't given it anything else till now. We called it front end in the first episode. Has permission. So this, right, we'll have to create this file. Okay. Link light. Let's add utils folder. And then I will add init underscore dot py to make it a Python package. And then module permissions dot py and has app permission. So let's follow the convention they have. suggested. Okay, I'm not sure what argument it receives. So let's check. API lms.lms.api dot. Where is API? Let's search check app permission. Okay, it doesn't receive any arguments. So we have to assume that this is calling this function for this particular app, right? So let's copy this frappe.get roles. Oh, frappe.get roles, I think returns the roles for the current user. Okay, nice thing. Today I learned. So it checks if the role has one of these roles, they are allowed to see this icon. So let's copy this. This looks good. And open up hooks.py file again. Okay, this is a different app. I don't know why I have a lot of apps open. Let's paste this, import Frappe, right? So now what we want is we will define a link manager role, which doesn't exist yet, but we'll leave it like that, okay? And we'll call it, and we don't have to do this, I guess. If link manager in roles and GitHub Copilot completes this, but we don't want to overcomplicate stuff. So if link manager is in roles, return true, right? So now we didn't have to do boilerplate. It's just, okay, this is the final code which we want. For the final part, we want the logo. So let's see where ChatGPT is on that task which we have given it. This looks good. What's the size of it? Because I want a square image. It's not square, but we can make it a square by taking a screenshot and then doing a crop. 1:1 crop this piece. Look good. I'm just eyeballing a bit. Done. Save as. Can we do rounded corners? Let's try. I think we can. These options are unavailable for Windows screenshots. Fine. I don't want any padding. Save as link light. Link light logo dot whatever png. I could have directly cropped the png. It doesn't come to my mind because if we see here we have, I think Mac lets you crop file. Do they have edit? Yeah, edit is there. I could have used Figma as well, but yeah, the task is done. There are many ways to do it. So now let's do one thing. I will open up, where did I save that image? Finder. This is the link light logo dot png. Should we add a dot png? Yes. Now drag this to, come on Mac. Have I forgotten the tricks of the trait? So the mouse isn't working. That's not a good thing. It lags and it's making me slow. Let's go back here exit full screen for now, and then we can open the Finder window and drop this image in the public directory. Public directory link light logo. Why do I feel it's not going to look that good? Because we have cropped it too much. Let's do one thing. Let me blur my screen for a bit, because I don't want to spoil this thing which I have already open on Figma. Yeah, this works. Not this. Yeah. So we will do one thing. We will just drag this here. Okay. And create a new frame. Let's say 500 by 500. Okay. And crop this holding command. So since I'm in Figma, I can do little bit of magic that I wanted to do. I can make it smaller. Too much effort for a logo, isn't it? But yeah, now I can do this and make the background this bit bigger. And now we can add the roundedness, right? Because if you see Frappe's logos, they are by default where did they go? Yeah, they are rounded by default if you see here, right? Okay, let's go back, increase it to 64 maybe, a bit less. Yeah, this looks good. Let's move it a bit down. Yeah, this is the final logo. I'm not doing anything to it now. Export as SVG won't work. Okay. Link light logo. Replace. Then we can delete this one and get this in the public folder. Nice. Okay, we are good. And we can rename it to just logo.png. Okay, that's it, I guess. The path is correct. Slash asset slash this link light dot link light dot API, I guess. Dot link light dot utils is what we called it, because it's not API. And we called it permissions. Fine. Let's go to the site now. Link light dot localhost slash apps. Okay, come on. Okay, since we changed hooks.py, either we clear cache or haha, something is wrong. Linklight.utils.permissions does not exist. Okay, maybe. Linklight.utils.permission is not a package. It has a init.py. Oh wait, utils is here, utils is here. Link light dot link light. Let's do one thing. Let's move this. But why doesn't it work? Maybe it was correct before, but there was some other issue. Okay, let's try again. Has no attribute, has app permission. Check app permission. Okay, okay. Now I get the problem. The function name is different. Hey, team 404 security. Okay. Finally. So one issue is done. Okay, now if we click here, it will take us to the link management app front end that we have, right? So one shift G, let's commit feet, show on apps screen, right? Close this issue. Let's see what's next. Link manager role. This we can do first, I think. So since we are an administrator, we were able to come here or be able to see the screen. Let's go to role list, create a new role, call it link manager, right? And for link manager, we don't give any home page. Desk access, probably not out of the box. So the user can do it if they want. Let's hit save. And now I will tell you a new trick. So not a new trick, but if we go to our link management module, any doc type of it, right? Short linking, blacklisted slug. So we want to give, oh, we are not in developer mode. Fine. Let's go in developer mode then. Shell duplicate tab, code sites slash linklight dot localhost. Developer mode. What is this? Okay. Now here we'll add a row, link manager. Okay. Can read, write, create or delete short link. Save. And one more. Blacklisted slug. Link manager. Can do that. Okay. Hi Tahir. How is it going? So yeah, this is done. So we now have the role. But what will happen is this role doesn't appear anywhere in code, right? If you go back to your VS Code, like the role entity doesn't appear, but it is mentioned or used in the doc type, right? So framework will go ahead and create this role automatically if it doesn't exist, right? If it is used in any of the permissions table of a doc type, it will go and create it automatically. You don't have to do fixtures or anything. But if you want to control that, okay, it doesn't automatically give desk access out of the box, right? In that case, either you will have to use fixtures or add a small script, right? A hook that will create this role automatically on install of this app, right? We can do that. I think that will be a good thing to do. there should be a after install hook. Okay, let's use that. Hmm. So link light, let's create install.py. In there we will create after install. Okay, so we'll say create link manager role. Let's see if it suggests anything useful. If not, frappe.db.exist role link manager. Desktop, where is it? Focus, do not disturb. Okay. So we have this. If it doesn't exist, it will create it, right? Let's do this. And we don't need the else part. Message print is also not required. So I think this should be fine. Why is it red? Yeah, incorrect use of tabs and spaces. That's the common issue. So after install, it will automatically create this role. Desk access 0. Module, I don't think we need a module. We need role and role name. That is fine. Is there any plan for Doppio Mobile? I think I do have it. So the plan is to extract out common things from Raven Mobile, right? They have done a lot of groundwork and extract it out as a common, uh, what do you say, boilerplate that you can use to build your own apps. Let's see. So yeah, this is done. So now we have the role as well. Feet, link manager, role. Okay. So bear in mind, we haven't done this one thing, right? For example, even if I a user directly goes to the front end, right? Here we don't have any, what do you say, role that, okay, you don't have access to this thing, right? So we can do this in one of two ways. Like first is we can directly modify the route rules to add this condition in the backend that, okay, if you don't have the role, even we won't serve you the HTML file. Okay. The second is we write it in the front end. Okay. In our Vue.js app that, okay, if the current logged in user doesn't have this role, you are not permitted. Okay. But yeah, I think that should be pretty straightforward. For now, I will do one thing, create a sub issue. Don't allow front end if not link manager. Okay, this I will close. Okay, now let's do this, right? Update Frappe UI. Let's go back and we'll see our package.json. What's the version of Frappe UI? 0.1.98. Okay, and what do we have at the latest? Three days ago, 0.1.168. That is like 70 releases. Long time. And there are some unreleased features which I think is fine. We don't need them right now. And then we will run yarn. So in the front end directory, yarn install or just yarn. So it's fetching the latest Frappe UI and its dependencies, etc. etc. We might face some issues. We'll definitely face some issues because there have been some major refactorings, but let's tackle them one by one. So let's run our front end server, yarn dev. Hopefully it starts. No, I knew it. So again, a lot of things have changed. I even updated the Doppio Frappe UI starter with those changes. So let's copy stuff from there. Doppio Frappe UI, Frappe UI starter, right? And then we can start copying things from here. So the major changes are in Vite config, right? So let's open up Vite config from here. Vite config. Okay. Let's copy this whole thing, paste it here, and we'll change the app name to link light. Okay, this should fix that piece. One more change is in index.html. So earlier we had to, if we check the index.html file, right, we had to add these pieces, right, where the script is being added like this, right, CSRF token and some Jinja tags. This is boot information, right? Okay, we need it on our side to make requests to the backend. So Faris has made it part of the plugin, right? So if you see the Vite config, Jinja boot data true, which will automatically inject it in your HTML file. So you don't have to do this. Even models and popovers are no longer required. So our index.html simplifies. Okay, now let's try to start. Okay, still fails. Feather icons. Let's check package.json. We might have to update some more things. See, this is what happens when you don't touch. Wait, 4.10, that's exactly what we have. Tailwind CSS is fine. Plugin view 5.1.4, correct. View 3.5.13. View 3.5.14 shouldn't make a difference. View router 4.5.0. 4.5.0, let's do that, minor increase. View sonar we were using for showing the toasts. Okay. Why has my camera stopped? Okay, it's back. There is some issue though. It lags a bit. For how long was it stopped? I know. Okay, fine. So maybe I understand now. I think main.js, right? Does it have anything that has changed? So let's check main.js. Hi, is there any video on how to install Frappe framework on Make? Or can you make it one? if you can do with Docker install with Frappe from Frappe container for development. I already have like a video with Revant on Docker with Frappe. And let's compare it with our thing. Okay, doesn't show any major changes. Anyways, I'll just copy it. Socket is not there, that is fine. Index.css is there. So we can create a socket file. So if you use Doppio to set up a new app, this all will be done for you automatically. This is because this is legacy stuff. I will create a new socket.js. So earlier when we used Doppio, we didn't had this socket IO working, right? Now we have it. Let's paste this here. Hey Minte. Yes, long time. Okay, what else? I don't think anything else is there that needs to be fixed. Fine. Now let's try once more. Yarn dev, yarn install, yarn dev. Why is it in complaint? Frappe UI slash wheat. Frappe UI slash wheat. Resolve to an ESM file. ESM file cannot be loaded by require. Where is require? So this was the breaking change in Frappe UI. So no longer ESM files supported. Do we have a require anywhere? Oh yeah, this. So we'll have to replace this with also the new config, which is this. Cool. Let's try again. Again, didn't work. What else? Weird. So let's do one thing. I will Command Shift E. I will delete the node modules and yarn install again. Come on. Resolve to an ESM file. ESM file cannot be loaded by require. Hmm. Where is require? We don't have a require here. This is an issue. How do we debug this now? The plugin was triggered by this M2 by this import. That is fine. Okay. Let's check what else did I change, right? Because just last month I fixed all this. Switch to ESM syntax. Post css.config.js. Okay. Yeah, this also needs to change. So module.exports need to change as well, not just require. Export default. So let's search module.exports. Yeah, now we don't have any. Again failed. Fine. Let's check all the export. Export const, export this, export that. Nope. What else did I change? Prod build config. That is fine. Enable loose side icons. Change package type to module. Maybe this is an issue. In the package.json front end, we will have to change this to type to module. Yarn dev. It worked finally. This was the final missing piece. Okay, now let's open up our front end link light dot localhost 8080. Okay, I think the links didn't load because of CSRF token issue. That is like a common issue. Let's disable CSRF on this side. Don't do it in production because in production automatically the Jinja will place your CSRF token in the index.html file. Code site slash link light site config, and we will. This was a crash course on debugging Frappe UI issues. Ignore CSRF 1. Cool. Just restart, refresh. Yes, now the link is there. So this was the progress, right? We were able to click to copy. We were able to hit C to create a new short link. We also implemented QR code in the last episode, episode 3, which was a nice feature. Then we also have analytics, which we are not showing in the front end yet, but we will. Okay. So now we have the front end. We updated the Frappe UI, and let's commit. Control Shift G. Beat. No, it was not a feature. It was a chore. Right? Upgrade Frappe UI. Cool. Let's push. And now what we wanted was a sidebar, right? So now Frappe UI is the sidebar component, which we can leverage. Sidebar, sidebar. Where are you? Here is the sidebar. And how do we use it? Okay. So if you see, it is collapsible. That is nice. Okay. So, okay, div, this. So I think this will be part of the layout. Let's go back, open up app.view, not view, app.view, yeah. And we were using view sonar. We will also replace it with Frappe UI's new toast thing, right? Now it has a toaster as well. But for now, let's copy this piece. Replace this div with that. Okay, so it's flex edge screen, which means like take the full height. Width full, take 100% of the width available. Column BG surface white. So this is the white surface. And then we have a sidebar, right? Dynamic lid. What is happening here? Yeah, sidebar, header and sections. Okay. It takes title, subtitle. Okay. So first let's import it from Frappe UI. That's the first thing. Import sidebar from Frappe UI and put it. It takes header. Title, link light. Let's try this. Is it even working? Nice. So now we have a nice sidebar, right? But where is our rest of the UI? It's here. Ha. We have the side. What if we collapse this? Yeah, collapsing also works. This doesn't have anything. Oh, it pushed everything down. Huh. Why is that? Because the router view is inside the div. So, okay. Okay, maybe I get the point here. What's happening is, let's check the code. Sidebar as menu item, this, on click, etc. etc. Oh, it has a lot of garbage as well here. Maybe coming from screen width full. Flex column. Okay, let's move this out. Now dragging. Still the same issue. So that was not an issue. Okay, because it's flex column, right? So it should have drawn this route view. Let's inspect. Welcome to front-end engineering. So this div, and then this is the sidebar, right? Okay, why? Oh, flex call. This should be flex. Yeah. Why was it working for them? Because now this is what we wanted, right? And let's do one thing. Let's also inspect why we have this extra empty space. So we have this app. Inside that we have this div. Okay, now what we can do is we can wrap this one in a div and then ask it to take full width. This should fix. Nice. So now we have the sidebar, which we haven't customized much. That is fine. So we can also add a logo, by the way. Now we have a logo. So copy, show QR, everything works as is, but now we have a sidebar, which matches the style of other Frappe UI apps, right? So let's go back to our sidebar title, and I think it will take a prop for image. In the docs, we may find it. No documentation? Okay, that is fine. Let's check here. Because there is no documentation, we don't know. Oh, can we? Is adding a dark theme as easy as this? Because I know Frappe UI supports dark theme. So if you turn this, and it should have worked. This is the dark theme of, I think, the Histoire thing which we are using for this story. Let's try anyways. We'll get a new learning, right? So I will come here, toggle theme function, and then in the sidebar, menu items, right? So I think menu items are the items that appear here when you click on this, right? Drop down menu. So let's paste menu items is a list, okay? And we want one item that is toggle theme. Moon. Where is this moon getting imported? Moon from Lucide moon. Let's import that. Because now Frappe UI automatically has this configuration. If you go to Vite, right, you will see Lucide icons true. So you automatically get this Lucide icons. Let's go back and toggle theme. Nice. This was not that hard. Okay. Now if you see the text and everything looks good, legible, even I think this all works good. My screen is not stuck, right? Anybody still with me? We added dark mode, which was not on the list. Cool. I think Frappe UI taking shape. So toggle theme. What if we can do like a sun when it is in dark theme? Again, let's know. Let's not over, what do you say, complicate it. Let's fix the essentials first. Now we had the sidebar. Manage links. Okay. Not does not look good. Link light is fine. Link light. But yeah, let's do one last thing with the sidebar. We want to add a logo, right? But we don't know what prop it is. So directly jump to Frappe UI sidebars code. Avatar, no. Logo, no. Then what is it called? Sidebar header, I think. Here we'll find avatar, no. Logo, yeah, see. Slot name, logo, div, this, props, title, dot uppercase. Okay, what if I want to provide a logo? This TypeScript, so we can check if it takes a. Okay, no, this is sidebar item. Title, subtitle, menu items. That's all it takes. So no logo or avatar. Okay, maybe we will have to contribute it. Let's raise the issue for now. UI sidebar component does not allow logo, avatar, image. Right now it uses the let's show this. There is no prop for it. CC at Sakib. Fine, this was fine. Let's keep it at this because we don't have an option. We'll have to again go and contribute, and will that will be a detour. So feet, sidebar, and dark mode. Hmm. Let's see what's more in the list. Let's close Figma. Hmm. Use the new toast component. I know there is one issue with the toast component. It does not work on local until you make, what do you say, make Frappe UI a submodule. And we have not been able to figure out why that is so. So for now, I will just close it. Charts we can use. Okay. Now we have 5 open issues. Hygiene, what is that? Okay. Get CI passing. Let's do this because then we are like sure that okay, this app will successfully install at least. This requested because it's deprecated version of Actions v2. Okay, what I can do is I can copy this from a newer app which has a passing CI. Workflows ci.yaml, copy, and here I will go to ci.yaml, paste, and we'll see what has changed. Okay. See, this all has changed, right? Earlier it was version 2, and wherever we have the event's name, let's replace it with link light. Enter, 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 enter. Maybe this. Okay, fine. Okay, that's good. Let's now CI upgrade actions. Let's push. Hopefully now the CI will pass. Either we can wait for it to finish or we can go back and continue working, right? Till it finishes. We have a lot to do. So, Biome. Pre-commit setup, right? Pre-commit, don't we have pre-commit? Nope. Yeah, we have. We have pre-commit. So that is done. Biome we don't have, which should be easy, I think. So Biome is, let's say, replaces prettier, right? It's a formatter plus linter. I can show you Biome.js. One tool chain for your format, lint, and more in fraction of second, right? And it's fast. And if you see the performance, it's 35 times faster than prettier when formatting like about 2 lakh lines of code. Okay. Get started, yarn. Okay, let's do this. CD front end. And let's exec. Hi Siraj, what is up? checked 17 files in 3 milliseconds, no fixes applied. Okay, maybe there is a separate command for it. Format all files. Oh, it's adding missing semicolons. Maybe we can, because it might add biome. We didn't add a config file. Weird. Maybe we forgot a step of generating a configuration file. Biome allows you to this. Biome.json. Okay. Command Shift E. Source biome.json, and we can copy it from Doppio Frappe UI starter, because I've already done the work there. Biome.json. Paste. Configuration has errors. How? Why? What? Why is it behaving this way? Two point 1.1. Hmm. Maybe a major version change. The schema has changed. Probably. Let's do this. Let's keep it simple. What is happening? Okay, I'll figure it out later. Some configuration issue. Let's delete this for now and focus on some other things. Yeah, let's see if CI is passing now. Yes, green tick. I like green ticks. Let's close this issue. Nice. Okay. So I had this feature in mind, right, that I wanted to add, which was configurable prefixes, right? Because when you have a Frappe site, abc.com, let's say, you don't want the users to set anything, right? We did introduce blacklisted things, right? So they can do slash app and whatnot. But what about, like, if they don't want to pollute their normal path, right? So it's better to prefix, right? So slash s, for example, anything that starts with slash s is a short link. It's also clear to the eyes of the viewer who is seeing this link, right? And it also doesn't pollute the base path, right? So this, I think, we can do. Okay. Let's go back, go back. This is the current front end. And I'm thinking, how should we model this, right? So right now they will be able to create any short link, but we want them to use one of the prefixes. But I'm also thinking whether I should allow for non-prefixed short links as well, right? So right now, if you see /g, right, we can copy it. If we paste it, 8,000, it works, right? So either we can do that or we can do the analytics part. I'm not sure which one should we do. So prefix can go in a different version. Let's do one thing. Let's add some sort of analytics here. Okay. So we can leverage the Frappe UI's charts component as well. We don't have much time, so let's get started. Have some water. I hit the mic. Okay. So let's go back to Frappe UI docs because I want to add two what do you say, links to the sidebar. Okay, here. Okay, what we want is sections. So it takes a section and no label to that section. That is fine. So we exactly want this piece. So let's go back to app.view. So I don't like that app.view is so big, right? We should ideally split it into like a layout piece, right? So what I would do, and I will do right now, is source layout. Even I will have it in a nested folder, layout.view. Okay. And this will have what app.view has. And then Sandeep Ambala, hi bro, I'm from Value Pitch. Nice. Value Pitch. Background screening, background verification. Are you doing my background verification? You can look at the 165 videos that I have put. I haven't applied for a new job though. Okay, let's. Okay, where were we? I got derailed. Yeah, we were refactoring a bit. So this is the layout, and then we had a template and the script setup. Okay, and this template will have this piece, right? Except the router view, it will have a slot, right? And then here we will have the layout, right, which will have the router view. So now this pieces go in the layout, right? What else goes into layout? Toggle theme also goes into layout. Much better, right? Yeah, there is some delay because my internet is not that good. Okay, let's see. Still working. That's nice. So we refactored. Let's do commit. Refactor. New layout component. Yeah, this looks nice. So now we can go into layout. We know that, okay, sidebar is part of layout. Okay. And then here we will this, this, this. So it's more readable. And then sections is a list of objects. So label is empty. Then we have items. Decent API, I would say. Label icon 2. Label icon 2. Okay. So icon, we can use any of the Lucide icons. So let's search for Lucide icons. What was I searching for? URL. Why is biceps icon showing in URL? How is this related? It's fine, we'll use link. So let's import link from icon slash lucide slash link, and then we'll say link to nothing. Let's go back. Okay, we had to have a label here in the icon, in the item links. Cool. And then we will want one more for analytics. Okay, that will take them to analytics. Right now there is no analytics page. Okay, so we'll add just one chart today and we'll be done. Later we can do more once we have submitted. Icon will change. Icon we want is something related to analytics. uh, which one looks good? This looks good. Chart column. Nice. So now we have links and analytics. It's not highlighting automatically. Is it highlighting here? No. So what I was expecting is it will highlight the active page automatically. It's not, that is fine. But yeah. Toggle theme works. Okay, now in analytics, we have some analytics. Let's go to the backend and see what we have started collecting, right? Analytics comes from data. If you have no data, no analytics. So let's see what data we have, right? We have short link and we have this short link click. So actually this is the data we have, right? Because this is a new site I created a few days ago. We don't have any new data. But I want to show like how many clicks they are getting per day, right? Hmm. I remember we made this together, right? Logic to generate QR code and whatnot. Looks nice in desk as well. Okay, so fine, we will able to get it in the front end using resource. And now we want a chart, right? So let's again go to Frappe UI. Let's see what sort of charts are available. Charts. So we have number cards. So we can show one number card. Okay. Total clicks this month. Okay. And then maybe this one. So each link with the number of clicks. Fine. I don't think we'll need this. Funnel chart is also not required. By the way, this all didn't exist when we started building this app, right? Sidebar was not there, charts were not there in Frappe UI. So you can see like there is some progress in a good direction actually. So even list and form views are coming right in Frappe UI. So probably Frappe framework is going to evolve into just being Frappe UI in Studio, right? So if I go to Frappe UI right now and you see an open PR from Sakib, you will see that he has slowly started building framework inside Frappe UI. So now you have the list view, filter, sort, right? Doc field, link. So everything is slowly new changes since you last viewed. And he's actively working on it. Nice. Good things. But yeah, let's get to work. So let's click this and how can we use this? So by the way, this charts components, they are built on top of e-charts. Okay. Number chart, it takes a config, title, value, prefix, delta prefix. Okay, so I think delta is this, what like, changed. Uh, the percentage change or whatever, it can be a static change as well. It just gives us the UI. You have to figure out what data you want to show. Okay. Negative is better, false. Negative is better. Oh yeah, so it means if negative is better, it should show in green. Otherwise, it will show in red. That's nice. Let's start with a simple number chart. And we will add it to an analytics page which doesn't exist yet. So let's go to pages, analytics.view, and we will add a template h2 analytics script setup, and we'll go to our router, add a new route, path, analytics, name analytics, component pages slash analytics. Okay, const. Happy now, linter. Let's go back to Frappe UI app, analytics, and you can see we are in analytics links. Okay, fine. We'll have to change sidebar to do this. Much better. Links analytics. Okay. And I think one more thing we can do is we have this margin 5, right? This should actually be part of the layout and not the home component, right? So let's remove this from here. Come on. Yeah. And add it to the layout itself. And here width full, margin 5. So what will happen is our analytics will get the same padding, right? Cool. And now let's get back to analytics. Import number chart from Frappe UI. Yeah, like this. And we'll add a div here, right? Add div here, we'll move this h2 there. So this will be like a header portion, and then this will be the analytics. Very simple right now. Total clicks this month should be useful. So yeah, so let's change this title to, we'll get the actual data, don't worry. But first, total clicks, prefix. I don't think there should be any prefix. Okay. Delta, do we need a delta? If we do this right, it will become red. Yes, it does become red. My assumption was correct. Now, how do we get the delta in this, right? So for delta, we might have to write a custom API endpoint in the backend. But for total clicks, I don't think we have to write a custom endpoint because we can use the get count. If it is it callable from front end? Frappe.count dot frappe.client dot get. Okay, we can search Frappe framework itself. Yep, there is a frappe.client dot get count. Okay, so let's remove delta for now. We won't even need this since we don't have a delta. Okay, so now what I want is, let's keep it here. And I want to call this API to get the count, right, of clicks. And that we can see what it takes. It takes doc types and filters. Okay. And this doesn't look, class font bold text or text gray. $800, much better. Shall we put this inside a card? Oh, not good, not good, not good. because that card component is not made for this. That has like a title and everything. Yeah, let's tackle the style later. First, let's get this working. So we want this value somehow, right? So we'll have to call a custom API endpoint. Let's go to Frappe UI docs, resource. Yep, create resource. Create a resource const click count resource, create resource. It takes in URL. This will be this frappe.client.get count. Okay. On success, for now, let's console log this data. Okay. And auto true. Yeah, see, auto true. What else do we want? Yeah, we needed to pass some arguments, right? Params. Params will be what do we want the count of, right? So doc type. So what's the name of that doc type? Link light dot localhost 8000 slash app click short link click. Let's not give any filter, so it will return all the count. Okay. Refresh, open up JavaScript console, and 2 is being printed. Okay. Let's do one thing. We will click it again, which means we'll go to links. Let's create another one actually. And I should replace this placeholder with something else. Or should I leave it? This is pure marketing. You build with Hussain.com, PWH website, not website. Copy, visit. Oh, it's 8080. No, wait. 8000. Yes, it works. And now if we go to analytics and see JavaScript console 3. So the count is being returned correctly. We are not getting monthly counts till now, but we can pass in filters and say within this month. But for now, I will leave it like that. And const analytics data equal to reactive, right? Because we'll have more data. Total clicks 0. But when we have this data, analytics data dot total clicks equal to the returned count. So let's rename this to count. This will be the count and refresh. Okay, we haven't used this in the UI. Analytics data dot total clicks 3. Nice. A useful chart, right? This is the total clicks. And again, let's click this just to try out. I'm having fun. This is analytics, total 4 clicks. Nice. Now the chart, right, that we wanted to add. The other chart. Charts. Where did you go? This one. Horizontal bar chart. Okay. This is an axis chart. Let's import axis chart. Let's close Frappe. By the way, these same building blocks are being used by Frappe Helpdesk and Frappe CRM. Recently, they got the dashboard feature, right, with this analytics and everything. I can show you Frappe slash CRM. If you see recently this merged PR dashboard. Yep, see. Okay, let's go back. And we will import axis chart. I think we did already import axis chart. Yes. Now how to use it? It takes config again, data. So product and sales. Okay. What else? Title, subtitle, x-axis, y-axis, swap xy true. I think that is what makes this vertical bar chart into this horizontal, because if we do simple, it's also an axis chart. Okay, they are same components with different props. It just rotates it, sort of, this one. And series is sales, type is bar. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's copy this and we'll make changes as needed. Okay, let's see what we have got. Okay, but I don't want that. Class flex column. No, flex. Side by side, too much. So we can do grid instead. Grid calls. So if I divide it by 5, right? I think this can span two of them. Call span 2 or 3 of them actually. No, it's not working. Hmm. Maybe let's wrap it in another div. Yeah, now it works. So I think even 2 should be good. So grid is very good for such grid-like charting, right? It's not very aligned as much as I would want it. Justify items, start, align top. Didn't do much because it's items, start. Yeah, now it's aligned. Okay, now let's change this data. Monthly sales horizontal. That is not what I want. And data also I will provide. Let's remove this extra data that I don't need right now, because it's hard to scroll that way. clicks by link, number of clicks, okay, y-axis title, clicks. So this is the number of clicks, and these are, let's call it clicks. Bar is fine because I think we'll have sales. Why did it disappear? Okay, maybe this. So it can have multiple bars, right? So we'll have to call it clicks and clicks. We have to wrap up fast. Don't got much time today. But hey, it's Saturday. And now we can call it clicks. So because this is this series. Fine. Let's do 100. Nice. Okay, now we need the actual data, right? What was the count per click? Okay, that we can get using um, list resource. And yeah, again, let's change this. This should be link. Title should be link. Type is category. I'm not sure. And then this will also change link. This is a nice tactic, right? You just copy the placeholder thing and then start replacing with what you want, and then ultimately replace the hard-coded data with actual data, and you're there, right? Okay, final touch. Now, I don't think we need to store it anywhere, so let's remove. Let's create list resource doc type short link click. Okay, on success, whatever data comes in, just console log that for now. Is anybody still with me? Let's just check quickly because I am having fun. Yeah, people also are there. That's a good thing. But you can imagine, right? Like we are using the low code, no code thing from framework, and now we have this Frappe UI where again we have inbuilt, well designed components that we are composing together. Okay, so let's open up browser console, see what we have got here. Again, let's do auto true. So we got this array with 4. So actually we got all the clicks. So we can do this. We can get all the clicks and yeah, drop an emoji in the chat if you're having fun. So the next app we are going to build right after this MCP episode, or maybe before that, is an event management app for Frappe, which will be used by Frappe to manage Frappeverse, webinars, partner events, right? So that is like a serious app, not just right, just for the sake of building, right? So yeah, that will be a series, and it will have tickets and QR codes, right? Payment integration, Frappe Builder front end. It will be fun. So what I wanted is I want to group by, right? Group by the link itself, which will be this, right? Group by link, and then count star as clicks. Cool. Now let's see. Star not permitted. Okay. Count me. No. I want count star, but it won't permit me because of the new query refactor. We'll have to give it in a different way. Okay. So that different way is let's go to query frappe slash frappe. So Faris has merged this PR. Let's see, merged by Faris. Refactor, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, apply permissions in get query. So so this all is not allowed, right? This is a breaking change. It was allowed before. That is what I was going to use, right? But since I'm in the latest version of Frappe, this PR is also merged. So we'll have to do something else. And that is this is not allowed. So this needs to be done now. Okay. Then count, right? Star as clicks. This is the new syntax. I can share the PR in the chat if you are interested. But yeah, you can see 3 weeks ago. Now let's see what is happening. Okay. Unhashable type dict. Is the syntax not right? Hmm. Maybe there is some breaking change that I need to be aware of. What is it complaining? Validate fields. It is not using API v2 for some reason. See, it's coming from API v1. Hmm. What if I do count name? Yeah, now it comes. Okay. So count star is not allowed. Okay. I think the issue was that count star was even before not allowed, I guess, from like the whitelisted method that this calls. But starting API v2, we will have a better thing to do, which will be using this syntax. This one, not this one, but the one we removed, right? Which I shared the PR of. Yeah, this should do for now. As as clicks. Okay, let's refresh. And now we have this coming in. So it has the link and the clicks, right? So we can just pass in or set this to clicks by link. It's an empty list, right? So here this data will become this analytics data dot clicks by link. Okay. And then on success, clicks by link or whatever data comes back, clicks analytics data dot clicks by link equal to data. Nice. So we are done. What did we do? We didn't write any custom API endpoint. We just use one client.getCount resource and one list resource and this charts, right? And to show these are correct, we will again visit link light. Okay, we can copy it from /8000. So now it should be 2 clicks. Nice. Let's jump back. Feed. Basic analytics. Okay. Toggle theme. Looks ugly. Analytics looks ugly. We need to add some classes, I think, because what I did was, so if you want your app to be like whatever styling you're doing, right, to be compatible with theme switching, you will have to use a different set of classes. So instead of this hard-coded gray 800, you will have to use text ink. There should be a text ink. Come on, text ink. Yeah. So what happens is when you say ink gray 8, right? See, in dark mode it will be that, but in light mode also it will use the relevant color, right? So yeah, that was one more tip. And wherever else we used a hard-coded color, we'll have to again use this ink or surface. There is an ink for text and everything, and then there is surface for background and whatnot, right? So if we do BG, this all come from Frappe UI and not Tailwind, right? So let's say BG surface white, okay? So, okay, black. You see it's gray now. Now it becomes a light gray. It's ugly, but you get the point. I'll remove it. Fix. Title now compatible with dark mode. Done. Okay. Now what should we do? github.com slash build with Hussain slash link light. Configurable prefixes, I don't think we'll be able to do today. Hygiene, we tried. Get this to marketplace, right? I'll create a draft app. frappecloud.com slash marketplace. Let's add a new app, connect to GitHub, build with Hussein, use password for now. So if you don't see the marketplace tab, go to settings and turn on developer mode. Version is nightly. I think it also supports version 50. Fine. Yeah, let's add the logo we have created. At least that we can do. Doesn't show up. Now it does. And the screenshots and video we can add later. What all is left? Add links. Yeah, it fetched this from the readme. Fine, now we can complete this and people can start using it. As you can see, it hasn't been installed on any single site yet. Cool, we are done for today. And behind the scenes, I will do some cleanup and add screenshots and whatnot, right? And then we'll publish it to marketplace. I'll share it on social media, don't worry. As an idea, maybe you can stream the link lightweight. Yeah, this is a perfect, what do you say, example for building this Vue.js simple apps, right? Which has a sidebar, these two things, and then we had okay, click of this, show a dialog, right? Click to copy, show a toast. I think this all should be possible with Studio from the UI. Cool. Okay, productive session, I guess. Anything else before we wrap up? So I just want to tell you that I'm again back to taking batches, right? Online Frappe framework certification training after a long time. And this is happening in July, which is just a few days from now, 16th July, so 4 days. Only 8 seats left. So if you have been wanting to get certified, or your friend or your colleague, just let them know that this is happening. And also the other batch, which is going to happen in August, right? So it has 21 seats left. It's a very affordable batch in Hindi for those who want to learn the very basics of Frappe framework and apps, right? No code, low code stuff, even if you're a non-developer, right? Cool. Okay, that was it. Have a nice day, everyone. Hope you had fun. And watch out my LinkedIn on Monday. Anything else? Nobody is putting anything in the chat. I'm waiting. Thanks. Nice. Okay, catch you later. Have fun.